We are at a pivotal moment in history. We are seeing something that people will never see again. And don't ever forget that. Don't forget where you are right now at this point in time in history and the privilege you have to see it, to witness what's taking place. A complete realignment. Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. So this report, I'm going to bring in some video of the mayor of Chicago. I'm going to bring in some video of Joe Biden. But most importantly, I want you to see what is happening right now down on the border at Eagle Pass, Texas. It is absolutely unbelievable. I've got thermal drone imaging here. I've got just from the ground, regular drone, all of it. And the Democrats are losing the state of Illinois over this. It's absolutely wild. You've seen the videos where the lady's out there saying, hey, if you're a Republican candidate, give us your best case because we are not going to vote Democrat anymore. You've seen the video where I've shared these on my channel where the guy is out there going, Trump comes to Chicago, we will get thousands to march and line the streets with him. They are losing the black vote right now amongst young males. 51% of them right now are planning on voting for Donald Trump. You are seeing just a complete political realignment due to the absolute cataclysmic failures of the Biden regime. And a lot of people have poo-pooed Governor Ken Paxton for busing them up to these sanctuary cities. Isn't it hilarious that these sanctuary cities that wanted to bring in all these illegals are now complaining about the very illegals that are being bused to them? So just how bad is it? Let me start by showing you some video from Eagle Pass, Texas. Please watch all of this. It is alarming.
So that's 5K on this side, Piedras Negras. The other side, there's 7K staged up, but do not have an actual location. It's too hard to scan at the distance we have on the drone.
So as you're watching these clips, understand that this is 5,000 people on the Texas side, another 7,000 people on the Mexican side, and then they've all got the same ponchos. I'm assuming that our government is actually providing those. We can't provide for our homeless veterans, but we can provide for people entering our country illegally. And everybody's seeing this. It's on full display no matter what the Biden regime tries to say. This is being exposed to everyone. And now the next video is a gentleman who's on the border, and I want you to hear what he has to say. And then you're going to see this video from the mayor of Chicago and also another one from Joe Biden that shows you just how bad they're losing this information war.
Doc Chambers from Eagle Pass, Texas. Today's the 18th of December. We're out here at the point of entry. 5,000 are sitting on the ground right now. It's increasing as we go along. Information that we've received says another 7,000 should be processed through this particular point by morning. Joe and I have been here many times. Last time we were down here, we were in uniform, and now I'm a civilian and in the Army of God. So we'll keep telling truths, and you need to get this video to your legislators and tell them, in the state of Texas particularly, this is out of control.
The issue is not just how we respond in the city of Chicago, it's the fact that we have a governor, an elected official in the state of Texas that is placing families on buses without shoes, cold, wet, tired, hungry, afraid, traumatized, and then they come to the city of Chicago where we have homelessness, we have mental health clinics that have been shut down and closed. You have people who are seeking employment.
Listen to the hubris, the complete intellectual dishonesty of this Brandon Johnson. And he says it like a preacher, like he really believes this. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, they've got homelessness. And then they want to be a sanctuary city. In other words, do you think that the homeless migrants should stay in Texas, that the state of Texas should be forced to deal with that? This is the intellectual dishonesty of Democrats on full display, and everybody's seeing it. Furthermore, he goes on to talk about how people need employment. That's right, American citizens need employment. But big corporations want this to happen right now because they want cheap labor. And the Democrat Party has done a realignment. And that's why I'm saying you're seeing a complete political realignment here, because big business has now become the party of Democrats because they are looking for cheap labor and the Democrats want to give it to them. Don't kid yourself. There are Republicans in Congress that are doing this too, but the Democrats are full tilt on it. We need more people like Trump who are willing to actually put up border walls and seal that border shut.
The governor of Texas needs to take a look in the mirror of the chaos that he is causing for this country. This is not just a Chicago dynamic. He is attacking our country.
See the complete blame shift here? They're attacking our country. No, you and the Democrat Party allowing open borders and sanctuary cities created this mess. You're attacking the country. Ken Paxton is simply putting the problem where it should be, which is in the very cities with the very mayors that say that they actually want this. I've got two more great articles here I'm going to take you through, but really quickly want to mention my sponsor, Midas Gold Group. That's MidasGoldGroup.com. You can text Lumberjack to 232-425 to receive free silver with a qualifying order, or call them at 480-360-3000. I know the guys. I've talked to them. It took me 2 months before I did this. They are veteran owners. You're not talking to commission salespeople, but you are actually buying directly from the owners of the company. Go check them out at MidasGoldGroup.com. Now, to show you just how bad this is in Illinois right now and just how bigly Trump is actually winning votes in that state, Mayor Brandon Johnson defends handling of environmental report at now scrap migrant camp. This was from 5 days ago. Mayor Brandon Johnson on Wednesday stood behind his administration's bumpy attempts to house migrants in large tent encampments before the winter, a week after Governor J.B. Pritzker blew up his plans for the first such camp among blistering environmental concerns. Addressing reporters after a city council meeting, the mayor said his approach to vetting the land would have housed Chicago's first government-run migrant camp was appropriate, while adding there's room for improvement in the future. But get this, he said, I'm very much committed to environmental justice, adding Pritzker's administration never made a request for the city to follow specific guidelines. Well, can you imagine a migrant camp like this? There actually would be environmental concerns, but what this ultimately is boiling down to, again, these are spending tax dollars to build the migrant camp and then spending tax dollars, millions of taxpayer dollars, to tear it down. And then don't forget this out of the Chicago Tribune. Mayor Brandon Johnson's administration has quietly begun filing lawsuits over what it is described as rogue buses. See, they're trying to win the wordsmithing game. They're still jealous that Pocahontas stuck so well for Trump. But anyways, transporting migrants, an escalation the mayor has coupled with an attempt to further crack down on transportation companies. The stepped-up enforcement is the Johnson administration's latest effort to address the influx of new arrivals, which has become one of the mayor's most vexing challenges. The care of more than 24,400 migrants who have arrived in Chicago since August 2022 has taken on heightened urgency as winter sets in and tested the limits of how welcoming the city can be. Because the city isn't that welcoming anymore. American citizens are frustrated that their tax dollars are not helping them, but helping people who should not even be here. They are losing the information war. They are losing the state of Illinois. And if Trump goes to some of these big cities like he's planning on going to the Bronx, if he goes to Chicago, this is how he is going to win even the popular vote in such a massive margin, you will not even be able to believe it. In fact, it will be so big, you can't even out-cheat it. But now you have to see just how bad it's getting with Joe Biden, and people are seeing this as well.
Taxpayers already are chipping in, paying a lot of money here at NIH to get these brilliant scientists to go out and find cures, find answers to the drug problem, to drugs, with the use of drugs for health problems.
Joe Biden is in complete cognitive decline. The border is wide open. The Democrats are doing nothing to fix it. Neither are the Rhino Republicans. So get out to your precinct caucuses. Make sure we're getting the right candidates in there, America First candidates that will take on the establishment in a major way. We have got to get this border problem solved. Remember, 5 big issues that right now are going to defeat Joe Biden: crime, inflation, the economy, the border, and endless wars. And this border, that is the biggest thing right now going on in America, people. Don't kid yourself for a second. They are trying to ship in illegals and turn them into establishment voters. Remember to subscribe if you're new, turn on that notification bell, and check out my sponsor, Midas Gold Group, MidasGoldGroup.com. Remember to tell them Neil sent you. Peace out.